So you want to learn how to draw hands the easy way? Relax, I'll teach you how. I call this method the two hands method. What you need: two hands. If you only have one or even zero, borrow a hand or two from a friend, or find a 3D model of a hand that's posable. Then get a mirror and/or a phone. Place the mirror on or near the desk you're drawing on. We'll use one hand to draw and the other to pose. The benefit of digital art is that 99% of the time, there is some way to flip the canvas, so we only need to use one hand to draw both. Instead of flipping your hand, we're flipping the canvas. This method is how I draw every single hand in every one of my artworks. You can also modify your own hand to match the characters you're drawing later. A good hand starts with a good pose. Yes, you can pose your hand like this. It's possible, but it wouldn't make a good hand drawing because the pose is too stiff. Look at your hand in the mirror and experiment with different poses, and you start to realize what makes a hand pose look good. If there's good lighting and/or a clear silhouette that can be made with your fingers, that's a good pose. If you try and make the spaces between the fingers of your hand less symmetrical, that's a good pose. If some of your fingers are completely hiding behind others, making it look like you have less than 5 fingers from afar, it's a bad pose. Remember, even if the hand pose is possible in real life, if it doesn't look good, the drawing won't look good. This last rule does not include the thumb. For some reason, even if you hide the thumb, 99% of the time, the pose will still look good. If you're double jointed in any way, do not do the weird double jointy thingy unless you're drawing something horror themed. Yes, possible in real life, but if you draw that, most people will think that you just suck at drawing hands, not that you're actually doing it on purpose. Once you get your hand pose ready in the mirror, you can start drawing. But if you're lazy, you can take a picture of that hand pose so you don't have to hold it up when you draw. If you know how to draw from photos or still life, you're set from here. Technically, since you already have a pose in proper proportions, you don't have to do construction anymore. But if you don't want to do that, we can simplify the hand into the palm, fingers, and thumb. Always draw the squishy box of the palm first, and from there, the 4 fingers. You might be tempted to put these sticks, representing one side of each finger, in equal distances apart. That would be a bad idea. It's true that the underlying bones of the palm, these metacarpals, are at fixed places, but the intersections here are not the places where the joints are. That's actually lower down. So these spaces between the fingers can actually move. Instead, look at your pose and compare the distances you see, and copy it down. We are not going to draw a line representing the middle of each finger, because what makes fingers recognizable is the silhouette. If we instead start with one side of each finger, you don't need to go in again and redraw each side. That's a waste of time. And most likely, we're not drawing each finger straight on and perfect, so it might just confuse you when you try and make each side equal. The better way to finish drawing each finger and not make it look like baguettes is now to look at the tip and attempt the nail. You might think that drawing the nails should be the last touch of each finger, but drawing the nail and the tip of the finger will help orient you to the 3D form. If you can't see the nail at all, make the tip a soft curve. If you see the full nail, make the tip a soft curve. If you see part of the nail but not all, you need to be more careful to make the fingers look pretty. The side of the finger with the nail will be straight and the bottom more curved. Follow the width of the finger towards the palm. At the joints, make it a little wider each time. We're almost done. The thumb has a fleshy and webby bit we need to take care of. Draw the webby bit to attach to the area right below the base of the index finger. The fleshy bit will extend down to the wrist and... wait a sec. This hand doesn't look good because it's not attached to anything. I'm half positive that what makes a hand look nicely drawn is how well it's attached to and looks with the... Drawing this is the most deceptively simple bit to drawing the hand, because unless you know the inner anatomy or have reference, it's difficult to see the details. But relax, you already have your pose reference, and after this, you'll know the anatomy too. When your palm is facing towards your face or up to the sky like this, the cross-section of the arm is a squished oval, because the 2 bones inside are side by side. When you see this forearm from the side, it noticeably looks thinner than the front, and you can feel the oval shape with your other hand. But if the palm of your hand is facing away from you or down towards the ground, the 2 bones in your forearm are actually crossing, making the cross-section more circular. And now from the side, your forearm doesn't look thinner than the front anymore. If you're drawing your hand and something looks wrong, it's possible you're not considering if the bones in your forearm are crossing. Yes, I know this looks cursed. That's the joy of human anatomy, I guess. Anyways, with the basic hand, you can make it match your character by making your fingers or forearm thicker or thinner, more muscular or not. And if you're making a fist, you can add wrinkles to your skin to add more tension. If you want the back of your hand to look good, you can draw the tendons showing through your skin. Or not, depends on your character, right? What about a tiger girl with her hands in a claw pose? When painting, you can try and angle the source of light so it's easier for you to distinguish the fingers. As long as you figure out a way to pose your hands by either using a mirror or a 3D model or a reference, drawing the hands becomes 1,000 times easier, whether or not you're using construction. I hope this helps. Thanks for watching. If you want more art tutorials just like this, I got you. More coming soon. See ya!